In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you how my clients have made more than $217 million in their health coaching businesses. I'm going to share 5 key lessons that have helped them do so. You're going to want to grab a pen, jot down some notes. So the first thing that our clients do differently is they made a decision. They made a decision to do something different. They understand that if they're in their brick and mortar and they're grinding away 80 hours a week and they're underpaid, because most of them are, right? I don't care if you charge $300 an hour, your effective hourly rate is not $300 an hour, because you're most likely wasting time on other things in your business that you shouldn't be doing. And therefore the effective hourly rate that you're currently working for, like how much money you're making per hour, is like $50. And I share this because every single conversation we have with a prospective client, like, where are you at revenue-wise? How many hours you're working? Oh, your effective hourly rate is $32 an hour. You spent 10 years in medical school and hundreds of thousands of dollars on tuition to be making $32 an hour? How do you feel about that? No, it's not good. So anyways, like, you have to be very dissatisfied with your current situation. As amazing as you might be, no one knows you exist. No one knows any of us exist, right? Obscurity is the biggest danger we all face. So our clients, they recognize that what they're doing isn't working and they make a decision to do something different. Now, obviously in our case, and thankfully for them, they decided to work with us. As I've said, there's many other people out there. There's a lot of cheap coaches, but when health professionals are looking for experienced experts, they come to us. Like, I don't know about you, but I would never fly on a budget airlines. I would much rather pay a little bit more to fly on a actual reputable airlines. If you look at the airline incidents between cheap budget airlines and some of the bigger ones, there's a reason the cheap budget airlines have more issues, okay? You always get what you pay for. So most of our clients, either they recognize they're in sinking ships. They're brick and mortar, they're miserable. I was in that same case. I worked 7 years, one-on-one, 12 to 14 hours a day. I was sick of it. I'm like, I have to do something different. So I came online in 2005, and then I struggled big time because I tried to do things on my own. And then in 2010, I was like, I have to do something different. I have to hire a coach. I have to hire someone who's been where I want to go because I haven't been there before. How on earth am I supposed to get there? It's crazy, right? Either they're sick of their brick and mortar, or they have outdated marketing tactics, or they simply don't even have a business model that makes sense. I can't, like, if I were to show you the number of conversations I have, especially in the DMs of people that are like completely out to lunch. I've got a higher ticket offer, and then I have a couple membership sites, and I'm like, shit. But again, that was me for a long time in my previous business. We had 4 membership sites, hundreds of funnels, information, supplements. It was a nightmare. So please understand that I share this with you guys because I care about you, even though I don't know you. I don't want you to suffer unnecessarily, but I also understand that a lot of you guys are still going to have to make those mistakes. So a lot of you guys, especially if you're early on in business, you think you have this amazing idea, right? I could tell you it's going to completely blow up in your face, but you're like, no, like, let me just do it. Please do it, and then let's talk. Because until you recognize how bad your current situation is, you're never going to change. And we're so optimistic about things that we're doing, working out. And I'm not here to be a pessimist, okay? You guys know I'm delusionally optimistic, but I've also been at this for a very, very long time. And I've had so many failed launches and offers that I thought were going to be the biggest things since sliced bread that, hopefully I can give you some warning signs. But anyways, the first thing is our clients made a decision to do something different. They recognized they couldn't figure this out on their own, and they leaned in for expert guidance, not just like a cheap course. Let me work with the best in the world because the health practitioner, am the best. Why would I ever want to work with anyone other than that? Second thing is they installed the right systems into their business. Now, obviously with our clients, we work with them to do this. There's 3 facets. We call this the freedom formula: systems, skills, and support. If you don't have these 3 things, you cannot have leverage, you cannot have impacts, you cannot have time and location freedom back in your life. So the first thing we help our clients do is install 2 systems. One is called the Perfect Client Pipeline, which automates a lot of their marketing. So 90% of their client acquisition is done largely on autopilot. And then as clients come in, they're going to book a call, they speak with them on the phone, on a discovery call, they enroll them, they're in the program, right? Higher prices, not $299. They come on in and they're like, shit, now I'm overwhelmed with clients. I can't keep doing the one-on-one forever. Hey, it's all good. We help them build out a dream come true system. A couple years ago, I used to do a daily call with our clients. So right now we offer 5 to 7 coaching calls per day. because it's not just the Yuri show. We have dozens of incredible world-class experts in copywriting, sales, mindset, all sorts of amazing stuff. So it's not just like you don't just get access to me, you get access to this entire amazing team. It's so good. But years ago, I would do a daily coaching call with our clients. When I say daily, I mean Saturdays and Sundays. And I said, let me not do this anymore. Let me just take off some of those calls from the calendar. So I went from 7 days a week to 3. And guess what happened to our clients' results? They actually went up. And I started to recognize, hey, maybe I'm not as special as I think I am, and you're not as special as you think you are. The trouble is you think you're so good that no one else can do what you do, and that's a beautiful story to hang on to because you will be in shackles and imprisoned for the rest of your life. Oh, I'm the special snowflake. No one else can do what I do. I'm like, great, have fun with that. Or you could figure out a way to extract your knowledge and productize it so that your clients can actually go through a curriculum. They can be part of a community, and then you can layer on coaching on top in a way that actually makes sense for you and your own energy. So right now I have 3 coaching calls a week with our clients. I don't do one-on-one. And here's the other thing. I used to offer one-on-one. I used to offer office hours. So if you want to offer one-on-one, what I'd recommend is office hours. You take a couple-hour block in the week. You chop it up into 20 minutes and people book in on your time, not theirs. You don't need an hour with clients. It's a fucking waste of time. 20 minutes, you follow our 3C framework, which we have inside of our HVA program. And in 20 minutes, you will get way more done than an entire hour-long conversation, which is nothing more than a waste of time. So I offered that for the better part of a year and a half. So I think it was like every Friday from whatever it was, or Thursdays, 2 to 4, people could book in a 20-minute time slot. And I'm having these calls and I'm like, shoot me in the head. What the fuck am I talking about in these conversations? The topic of these calls are exactly what I discussed in our group coaching calls. And just so you know, like when I have a group coaching call, for me, I might have 20 to 25 people on the call. I will often get to the end of the call and I'm literally asking, guys, does anybody else have a question they want answered? And it's like crickets. So in case you're wondering, well, I'm not going to get enough individualized love and attention. Maybe with what you've done in the past, for sure. With us, it's different, right? Like it's not just me. Like you're getting access to your own client success coach, or a whole team of coaches. Like it's incredible. But I share this with you because I'm on a call with 25 people and we get to the end of the call. Very, very seldomly am I not able to get through everyone's questions. And how do we do that? Everyone has their cameras on. They pop a question into the chat. I unmute their line one by one. We spotlight each other. Share a win, ask your question. I answer the question, everyone benefits from the answer, right? Value is caught more than it's taught. It's an extraction game. So if you can't find a way to extract value in a group, no one-on-one is going to make a difference. So the second lesson, the thing our clients do differently, is we're helping them install important systems in their business. Acquisition system, delivery system. When you've got systems in your business, you have a business. A business, the way I define it, is a collection of systems that produce a profit for the owner independent of the owner's inputs in the service of other people. So systems, acronym, saves you serious time, energy, and money. So if you don't have a system, you're forced to grind forever. If you have a system, like right now, I'm shooting this video to you, there's no system here. It's me to the camera. That's it. However, while I'm shooting this, the reason I'm happy to shoot these videos is because I have a system in our business, which is bringing us leads and clients every single day. So I don't have to be doing that stuff anymore because I built the system and perfected it. And now I can do more of this. But for me to create content from day one and expect miracles to happen is crazy. So it's really important to understand that if you don't have enough time in your life, you simply lack systems. And if you don't have enough money in your bank, you lack the third lesson here, which is important skills. So the third thing we help our clients with is we help them build necessary business skills they were essentially missing. I don't know about you, but when I went to school, I was taught nothing about how to build a business. I was taught nothing about, hey, you have this amazing expertise now. Here's exactly how you build a successful practice. No, never happened. In fact, the most business education I got, which was actually not business education, it was investing education, was in grade 10, high school. And I had a really great teacher and he gave us this cool like mock money investment like So we had invested in different stocks and we had like monopoly money to play with. And it was amazing. I learned so much about investing from actually investing, although it wasn't my real money. That's it. That's the only business education I ever got. And it's not even business education. I went to one of the top 20 universities in the world and I learned shit about business. And I'm sure you're the same. So Healthpreneur, our business, we fill the gap from a business perspective that the education failed to provide for you. I'll give you an example. So the acquisition system we help build out into your business, if you've ever worked with us, is the perfect client pipeline. That automates 90% of your client getting. The only thing you do in that process is have a call with a prospective client on Zoom or on the phone. So you can't automate that. You actually have to have a conversation because conversions come from conversations. If you want to make passive income and you want to slap a course together and sell it for $200, please stop watching this. It's never going to happen. Okay? I've shared other videos on this channel about that. It's a fucking pipe dream and it's not going to happen. So you have to talk to people if you're going to enroll them in a higher price coaching program that is going to transform their life. Just I want to be clear about that. So let's say that your system is working well. It's bringing leads in, they're booking calls, but let's say you suck on the phone. Like you don't actually know how to have a conversation. That's a selling skill deficiency. But Yuri, I don't like selling. I don't care. I didn't like selling because I was shit at it. Then I got very good at it. And now I would say I'm one of the best in the world teaching health professionals how to sell without feeling salesy or sleazy. So I mentioned I've got 3 calls a week that I do with our clients. 2 of them are sales call reviews. Why would I spend 66% of my time with my clients in helping them improve their selling skills? Why? Because it's the most important leverage point in a coaching business. And if I were to show you the testimonials of our clients in terms of how they've changed as people as a result of getting better with their selling skills, which is essentially communication, selling and coaching in our world are the same. The only difference is that selling happens before someone pays you. That's it. We're always selling. We're selling to get people in. We're selling to get them to stay. We're selling to get to follow our process. We're selling new team members on joining us. It's never ending. You have to get good at sales. There's no way around it. So communication is the fundamental skill we help our clients build. As a leader, that is that is the core thing you do. Communicate. Selling is one form of communication, one-to-one. Another type of skill we help them build is with their messaging. So messaging, think of it as one-to-many, more in typed format. So if you're writing ads, emails, social posts, the words you put on the screen make a huge difference. If you type like a dinosaur and you can't speak eloquently and simply and clearly, not in doctor speak, but in grade 5 language, you're going to lose people. So being able to move people with words typed out on a screen is a skill, and you can learn that. I don't want to write ads forever. You don't have to, but you have to write them for now until you're good enough so that eventually if you have someone else who's going to write for you, you can recognize what shit looks like and what good looks like, and you can actually coach them and give them feedback. But I don't want to do my sales calls forever. That's okay. You don't have to, but you have to do them for now if you actually want to hit the income goals you said you want to hit, because there's nothing else in your business that is more important than enrolling clients until you're at about $100,000 a month, okay? Nothing else in your business is going to give you as much money per hour worked as having sales calls, discovery calls, enrollment calls, whatever you want to call them. If you charge $5,000 and you enroll 1 out of 3 people you speak with, your effective hourly rates in that context is $1,600 per hour. You could be the world's best lawyer. You're probably not even making that amount of money per hour. So please tell me what else in your business is more valuable monetarily than speaking with a potential client and enrolling them. Nothing. So spend more time doing that, get better at selling skills, and your business will explode. I'll share 3 examples with you. So one of our clients, they're a pair, Christy and Avery. Earlier last year, I was talking with them about where they are, where they want to go, and they're doing well, right? And they're about $15K a month. And I said, where do you guys want to be in a couple months from now? They're like, oh, we want to be here. And so I said, how many calls are you taking on right now on the calendar? And we're like, I don't know, like 15, 20. And I just asked them, like, can you double that? Like, can you just for the season of the next couple months, can you just double the number of calls you're taking? You're not going to have to do this for the rest of your life, just for the next couple months. But like, yeah, I think we can do that. Cool. So they did, and they doubled their business. They doubled their business by taking twice as many calls. And so what that's allowed them to do now is it's given them way more money in the bank, more margin. Revenue solves a lot of problems. Skills create more revenue. Skills solve problems. So they have more money, they can hire people, they can, have a bit of space. Another one of our clients, Nicole, is an amazing naturopath. And when she first started working with us, she was doing 3-hour intake calls with every new client. And I'm like, Nicole, you're crazy. How do we get that done in 30 minutes? And she had to do some thinking, and eventually she got it down to 90 minutes. Then I think about 60, and now she doesn't do them at all. She's someone else doing them. And so then I recognized that. I'm like, I was looking at her numbers, and I'm just, having a sense of where she's at business-wise. I'm like, Nicole, why isn't your business further along than it is? And she was doing, already mid-6 figures. And she's like, well, I'm like, who's doing your sales calls? And she's like, well, my office manager. I'm like, your office manager's doing your sales calls? What are we talking about here? What do the numbers look like? She's like, they're okay. I'm like, are you giving her feedback? Are you listening to all of our calls? Or are you coaching her? She's like, well, I'm like, shit. So I'm like, Nicole, you have to get back on the phone. You have to get back on the phone. And honestly, it took her a year to finally get out of her own way. And then a couple months ago, she's like, Yuri, I've been doing all my calls. I think she's charging $9,000 right now for her program. And she's loving it. She closes half the people she speaks with. And she's helping couples get pregnant naturally. I mean, she's bringing babies into this world. It's incredible. And she's enjoying it because she's better at it. When we're not good at something, we typically don't like it. So now she's grown her business because she's back on the phone, because she doesn't have she's less busy in other aspects of her business. Final story. Another one of our clients, Sarah, she's a nutritionist and big business. Almost went bankrupt last year though, because what she did is she outsourced sales too quickly. She brought in a sales manager, a couple sales reps, and the sales manager shit the bed. And we spoke about this a few months after he started. And I was like, just a heads up, sir, this is probably not going to get better. 6 months later, he's still there. And then just last week, she fired him. I'm like, okay, that's amazing. 11 months later, but it's all good. The guy almost tanked her business and got rid of him, started taking back control over the sales process. And they went from, I think they did, $2.5 million this past year. So I share this with you guys, and this is a real, I'm belaboring this point. You can't outsource important skills that you have to master yourself. You have to get good at them initially for you to do them, and then eventually you can hire other people to do them, and then you have to be able to coach and lead them through that. And there's no exception to this. There's no exception to this. And this is why I think a lot of people, when they're like, I tried this other program, it didn't work. I'm like, whoa. You didn't work. I can't imagine every program you did in the past was shit and a scam. It wasn't. What are you missing out on? What skills are you deficient in? They didn't bring me good quality leads. I'm like, they didn't bring you? What do? You just sitting back in your chair, expecting people to fall in your lap? Please don't do that. That's called being a victim. I don't care if you're working with an agency. I don't care if you're working with us, where we'll actually build out some of these systems in your business. We'll tell you right away, you are going to do some work. And if you don't want to do the work, bye-bye. You don't come in to work with us, okay? Because I've got no space in my life for victims or people who think they're going to have stuff delivered on a platter for them. Anyways, moving on. Fourth key lesson our clients have used to generate more than $217 million is they leaned in for support and got daily coaching. So I talked about our freedom formula, the trifecta: systems, skills, support. Here's the thing. As I said, we offer up to 5 to 7 coaching calls per day. Our best clients show up on the calls. They don't have to be on all the calls, but they just lean into the calls where they need support. And if they don't make the calls, they watch the replays. One of our clients, Erin, she just posted this at the end of the year. She's like, my best year ever in business, did over $500,000. And she's been on no calls this year. She attended one of my calls, and I actually gave her live feedback on one of her sales calls. That's the only call I've seen her on of mine. And then she was saying, I've not been on any calls, but I watched the replays twice. And this is what I talk about, guys. Value is an extraction game. The ability to get value in whatever way. Don't be a baby expecting I need someone to hold my hand. And don't if you need someone to hold your hand, you're not going to be successful no matter what. The successful people find a way to win no matter what. They just need expertise around them to tell them what to do, and they go. So our most successful clients, they don't need hand holding. They don't need us to change their diapers and put talcum powder on their bum. They're like, no. When are you launching? What's your goal? Chop it in half. Go. Done. Okay? And yes, we care, we have compassion, but we're also like, let's just go. Get out of your own way, let's move. So our clients lean in for support, and with that support, they get feedback. And one of the principles we have on the coaching side with our clients is something called test, tweak, test. Marketing is all about testing. You test something, you get feedback from the market, not in your head. And if you don't know how to make sense of it, you jump onto a coaching call with us. We're like, here's what could be going on. You tweak a few things, you test again. And that never ends. You just keep going and going and going. And you keep getting better. One of our clients, Josh was on my call this past week, our critical numbers, we call it the flight deck. And we review our clients' critical numbers, and he was showing me his numbers where we track all their data through their ads, their perfect client pipeline. And I said, guys, I just want to acknowledge Josh for a second, because if you look at his numbers, his cost per lead and cost per call booked have been high, and then they've gone down over time. And I said, Josh, I just want to give you a huge round of applause here, because what that shows me is you've been taking feedback, you've been tweaking things, testing it, learning, tweaking, testing, and that's how you make improvements. And I used that as an example. I said, guys, this is how you win. You make these 1% improvements, and over time, your numbers improve. And I just showed everyone, I'm like, guys, like you can see his numbers. They've all improved. They've gone down. Cost per lead, cost per call booked, all that kind of stuff. And this is the game. You're not going to step up to the bat, like step up to the plate and hit a home run the first time you get to bat. Like you're going to strike out, you're going to bunt, you're going to hit a single, but you keep learning, you keep progressing. And that's one of the most important things that we help our clients understand, is that it's a journey and it's all these little tiny micro improvements. So they show up, they get coaching, they get support, they actually take the coaching and do something with it. Because what's the point of being coached if you're not going to take the advice, right? Fifth lesson, get charged higher prices. So I talked about selling skills being one of the most important leverage points in your business. The number one leverage point is your price. So I talk to a lot of people in the DMs on Instagram, and I hear stuff like, I'm overwhelmed with leads. I'm like, you're overwhelmed with leads? I've never heard that before. Most people come to us because they want more leads. Right away, I know what's going on. So I'm like, where's your revenue at? Hovering between 10 and 15K per month. I'm like, so you're $10,000 to $15,000 per month, but you have more leads than you can handle. What are you charging? What does delivery look like? Those are your two bottlenecks. Yeah, I'm charging like $299 a month. Oh, why don't we add a zero to that? That's going to solve a lot of your problems. Oh, I work with everyone on the back end one-on-one. I want to give them a ton of personalized attention. That's really important to me. Yeah, good. I mean, it's important to me too. But you have to do one-on-one with everyone, right? No. So your price is very, very, it dictates so many things. Like if you're at 20K per month and you want to go to 40K, you could change nothing other than just double your price. But I want to make it accessible to everyone. Well, you're not going to. You're going to help 8 billion people on the planet? No, just all the people in my market. Cool. So let's say you work with migraine sufferers. You're going to work with 33 million Americans. No, you're not. Increase the price. People are going to say no. People are going to say yes. You'll make more money. You'll get better clients. Just who cares? Give everything else away for free. So it's the same amount of work. It's the same amount of work regardless of the price. It's the same amount of work. And it's less of a pain in the ass. The worst clients to work with are the ones who pay you the least. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Please, $7 a class, $7 a month. I did this big launch for selling a cookbook, and I sold 7 copies at $10 each. I'm like, what? How do you feed yourself? You made $70 on a launch? Are you fucking crazy? But I was that guy too. I was that guy for years when I started. I had what I thought was going to be the biggest launch ever. Spent 9 months building the sucker out. Interviews, what basically became a summit later on. That's what this was. And I was like, this is going to be the biggest launch of all time. And we made $5,000. And after I paid our affiliate commissions, I made $1,250 for 9 months of work. So when I share this stuff with you guys, please understand that I'm not trying to be rude or condescending. I'm literally shouting at my younger self, being like, Yuri, don't be a fucking idiot. It's almost like these videos are cathartic for myself because I see this stuff all the time. And I'm like, if I could just shake you and give you the experience that I've already experienced so you don't make these same dumb mistakes. But as I said before, you're going to make the mistakes because words can only warn, life experience teaches. So yeah, by all means, do that big launch and recognize that when no one buys, that something was majorly missing. And we all have to go through that, right? We all have to go through that. But I think the smartest people and those who, when I say the smartest people, I don't consider myself overly smart because I've made the same mistake over and over and over again. And it took me a very long time to get out of my own way. I've realized that the smarter you are, the slower you go because you tend to think you can figure things out on your own. Yuri, but you're not going to. Yuri, you got to get help. And one of those things is recognizing that you can charge more money. And the only thing that's preventing you from doing so is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. Because there are people out there who you're speaking with who are like, oh, there's no way I could charge more for my clients. Okay, those are the clients you worked with in the past. It doesn't mean you have to work with those same clients in the future. That's on you. Okay, you can choose to work with whoever you want. And I'm not talking about working with billionaires. I'm simply talking about increasing the value proposition of what you're doing and having a conversation with someone so they see the value in investing in themselves through you. And listen, if thousands of our clients can do this, who are all health practitioners, who many of them were undercharging to begin with, why couldn't you? So, those are the 5 key lessons. Quick recap. They made a decision to do something different. They installed important systems into their business. 3, they built necessary business skills. 4, they leaned in for coaching and support. And 5, they charge higher prices. Those are 5 key lessons that have enabled our clients to generate more than $217 million in their coaching businesses. If you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below which one of these lessons resonates most with you. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Got hundreds of other videos on the channel and coming your way to help you build a thriving coaching business that transforms more lives with heart and without the grind. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I posted 5,261 posts on Instagram to learn these 9 unexpected lessons, and I think they'll make a huge difference for the performance of your social media accounts.